Welcome everybody. Just waiting for the FrouBot team to join. Is your other here we go. I can see him now. There we go. You both speakers. Can you just make sure you can speak, guys?
Hey, yeah, welcome everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
All right, good. How you doing, mate? All
Doing
right then.
great, sir. How about you?
Yeah, really good, mate. Thank you. I've put you onto my main Twitter account because that's what you requested. So, welcome everyone to another main AMA. We've got the team from FrouBot here. Do you want to just give a quick brief introduction of yourselves, guys?
Sure. Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Kumar. I am the developer of FrouBot. I mean, the primary developer, I can say. Um, the idea behind FrouBot basically came from, some of my experiences with, crypto exchange trading. I've been coding and trading for well over um, 12 years now, and I wanted to utilize my skills and get something out for the community to utilize. That's about me.
Yeah, hey Monk, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. So basically, I know the dev. I have been into crypto space since around 2 to 3 years, and wanted to launch a good, successful project where every investor can invest and be comfortable. That's when we discussed together and wanted to launch this project.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, what is FrouBot and how did you come up with the idea then?
All right, let me answer that. Well, as I said earlier, I mean, I have been trading on Binance specifically for about 2 years now, and uh, you know I did good amount of research on all the indicators that are available. I mean, I use TradingView, and when I started trading, it was a roller coaster ride where initially I started losing, and gradually with with more and more analysis and research, I started uh, you know I started gaining some profits there. But it was all manual effort where I had to use some indicators to look for signals manually, and when I get a signal, I would go and enter a trade manually on the exchange, and set up stop loss, take profit, etc. So it was all manual effort. And coming from a coding background, I felt there was it can be automated. There was some opportunity there for improvement. That's when I thought, I mean, why can't I look for something available in exchange? So I did some research, and I found some level of automation in the exchange tools, where there was some DCA trading, some bot trading, auto trading, but it was not very efficient, right? It was not giving me a lot of options to work with. That's when I thought, why can't I research and create something? And that's when FrouBot was born.
Yeah, that's really good, mate. It's really like you're passionate about it as well. You can tell. So, how does this compare to any other trading bot that's available at the moment?
Well, the other bots, other tools that are available in the market, I mean, I did some research on them, used some of them as well. I noticed that majority of them are basically asking, the users to put in some money in their tool, right? So they would not ideally create a trade for you within the exchange, but rather you put some money there, and they would enter a trade or exit a trade. And if there is a profitable trade, that's when you get the amount. um, and other tools where you enter a trade on the exchange, they were not really efficient, right? When I say not efficient, what I mean to say is there was opportunity for um, customization, right? And one key differentiator, I will say, is security, because with FrouBot, you are basically putting in the exchange API, but with very limited access. Access where FrouBot can only enter and exit a trade, nothing else. So let's say there, our database gets hacked, in the worst case scenario. While we have taken good care of the security, you cannot predict the future, right? So even if our system gets breached, what can happen is, users data could probably be breached, nothing else. The reason for that is, even to enter a trade, they would have to utilize our server, right? So that is not possible. Second of all, even if they get access to our complete server, they take over the server, they will not be able to do any transactions with the funds, because we are asking users to only enable trading feature, not the withdrawals,
Yeah,
right?
that's brilliant. Yeah, I understand. So people can't withdraw your funds even if you did get hacked. The only thing they could do is trade, which is not really, unless they are out to destroy you, they're not going to do it, are they? Because end of the day, they're not going to profit from it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, I totally understand. That's great.
Yeah, and
So
I believe, yeah, I believe that's our USP, right? I mean, that's the unique proposition that we want to give to users. I mean, a comfortability that if they use FroBot, they should not be worried about security at all.
yeah, I totally understand. Security is one of the main things. Like you just in, I think Unibot has just suffered a hack.
Yeah,
So people are, security is a really speaking point at the moment. But yeah, that's great. As long as people's funds are safe and they can't withdraw their funds. So do you want to just touch on a bit more about how it works? Because this isn't just a trading bot for Telegram. It's actually using centralized exchanges, isn't it?
that's right. It's using the centralized exchanges. So let me give you a quick use case, right? Let's say you are using some centralized exchange such as Binance or Bybit, or let's say KuCoin, right? For your daily trading, not the DeFi world. uh, and you create an account with FroBot, right? By just entering some email address, you verify yourself, and then you basically create a bot. A bot gets created for you. You have to get the exchange API from your Binance account, for example, and you create a bot, a Telegram bot within your Telegram using Botfather. The instructions are available on the portal. And what I'm talking about is a set of instructions you would have to follow for an initial setup. This is going to take about 10 minutes, for example. So you spend 10 minutes, you create a bot within your Telegram account, and you link it with FroBot. What then happens is, if you have Autobot trading enabled, bot will enter trades upon signals from our algos, and enter them, exit them automatically without you having to do anything. That's a
That's
plain simple
that's
use case. Yeah.
yeah, that's really cool. And has it been tested? Like, what is like the results so far? Have you got any like results that you've done in-house testing and stuff?
Yes, we did thorough testing of the algos that we are using, and our back testing results are generating between 80 to 90% of profitable trades. And the best part about the algos that we created are risk free, where the leverage is between 3 to 8, not more than that, because the more the leverage, the riskier the trade gets. So our algos are, basically deciding on the leverage as well internally, but we give the users the ability to, change the leverage as well, right? And with a leverage of 3 to 8, our bots are able to generate about 80 to 90% profitable trades with a max drawdown of 10%.
Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good. Obviously, every trade's different, and no one can predict the future. But if you,
Yeah,
if you can, if your group knows best anyway. Like they can see how well the bots are doing, then they can decide if can they decide how much they want to put in each trade, and what sort of options do you give people?
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, so if you go to bot settings, you have complete a customization available with you, where you can select how much you want each trade to the strike amount for each trade, the leverage for each trade, what is the total amount of funds you want to utilize with the bot, whether you want only autobot trading to be enabled, or you want to use manual trades as well. So for example, you can enter a trade if you get some signal, from some resource. You can enter a trade manually as well. And you know so a lot of these options are available, and we are enabling more. So we are basically working on enabling stop loss and take profit features as well. Currently they are with the algo, but we are working to give those options to users, where they set up the stop loss and take profit themselves, without algo doing that for them.
Yeah, that's great. And the good thing about this is you can like, users will be able to see every trade through their Binance account, for example. So
Yeah,
it's not like, we've just been speaking to another Telegram bot, which is all doing it through like DeFi rather than centralized. But this is actually, you can actually see all your trades easier through centralized exchanges, I suppose.
yeah.
Yes, it sounds good. So, how does the token bind with the project? Like, how does the token come into it?
When you say how does the token come into it, you mean what is the purpose of having a token? What is the benefit you get with the token? Is that what it is?
Yeah. So, like, how does holding FrouBot
Uh-huh.
benefit the holders? Will there be certain perks, or do you need it to use a bot, or how does it work?
Yeah, for now it is, there are two, I mean, it's twofold. One is, in order to use the bot, you need to have a specific amount of tokens in your bag. That's point number one. The second benefit that you get is, we are working on launching ads within the platform. Once the ad revenue is established, uh, what we plan to do is share the ad revenue among the shareholders. 100% of it, based on the amount of tokens you hold, you get the ad revenue. That's what we are thinking at the moment. I mean,
Yes, sounds good. So, more or less, you're going to be doing rev share in the future.
yeah, that's right. But for now, in order to use the bot, you need to have a specific portion of the tokens in your wallet.
Yeah, I understand. So, do you want to just touch on the tokenomics? Like, what's the total supply? Was there any team tokens? How was the tokenomics set and stuff like that? And what's the buy and tax sell? The
Yeah,
buy and sell tax.
definitely. So we have, I mean, the token capacity is 1 billion, and we have removed the limits for now. Initially, it was 3% max wallet, 3% max transaction. However, we removed the limits right now, and buy tax and sell tax are both 5 at the moment. And
Okay. Yeah.
we cannot change it right now because the contract is renounced, so it is going to be 5 5.
And how is that tax utilized? Like, what have you got it set to different like percents for like marketing and
Yeah,
buybacks and stuff like that?
yeah. So what we are planning to do is 60% of the tax wallet shall be utilized for dev work, development, and 40% of it will be used for marketing. But to tell you, we have utilized about 80% of the taxes that we received till now on marketing itself. We have not, utilized anything on the development, because we are utilizing our, initial investment for the development right now. But the intent is to utilize 60% of the tax wallet, for development, and 40% for marketing.
Okay, I understand. So, what exchanges is this actually compatible with at the moment?
It is currently compatible with Binance, Bybit, um, Qcoin, and OKX at the moment, and we are looking to add more exchanges. As we go on, we are currently experimenting right now. We are testing the other exchanges such as Kraken, Gate.io, etc. But for now, these are the Binance, Bybit, Qcoin, OKX are currently supported, and we have users who actually have created bots using Binance majority. There are a couple of users using Bybit, and there is a user using Qcoin exchange as well.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. So obviously people are already using the bot, etc. So
Yeah.
is it in like beta version now, beta version, or is it actually fully released?
It is a fully released platform with bots currently running. There are people utilizing the bots, and if you go to the portal, the Telegram portal, you will see people sharing the successful trades the bot has entered. In fact, we about 2 weeks back, we enabled live live money trading as well, real money trading. Initially we started off with dry run only, so that we wanted to give um, only dry run option to the user, so that they can go test it. And after some time, we enable live trading. So people at the moment are utilizing the live trading, and they're trading with real money on their bots. By the way, I mean, I missed to tell you this, but so when the bot enters a trade, you will see that trade directly in the cryptocurrency, I mean the exchange itself. So for example, if a bot enters a trade on Binance, you will see that trade live on Binance app. So if you open your Binance app, you will see it there. And you can manipulate it there as well. You can utilize Telegram to manage that trade. You can go to Binance and manage that trade. You have that feasibility.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And like at the moment, you can't set it to take like a certain profit. Like for example, if your bot jumps in a trade, and obviously your bot thinks it's going to be like 20%, you can't manually override that in the bot at the moment. Did you say like take profit?
That's right. So we do not want people to lose money, with the um, the greed. Yeah, it comes naturally, right? So we don't want that to happen. That's why we kind of disable that feature right now. You cannot manually edit the take profit. You cannot change it. Bot will decide what it is for now.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. You did touch on this a bit earlier, but do you want to just touch on a security? Like, so for example, people don't have to deposit funds into the Telegram wallet for this, do they? Because you,
Absolutely. You don't have to transfer funds to FrouBot. In fact, what we are actually working on right now is, I mean, when we started when we released FrouBot, the first version, we said, you will have to get your exchange API, input the exchange API details, and create a Telegram bot, and connect it with FrouBot, right? We understood. I mean, we listened to the users feedback. We noticed that some users have this feeling that we may steal their exchange API details. So we discussed internally, and about a week back, we discussed internally and came up with a solution where we will create the exchange API default details. API, actually we will create it for you. You just have to enter the same. So we will put it on the bot settings itself. You just have to copy and paste that, So you are not getting the exchange API details as well. But there is a small drawback to that. Drawback is bot will not enter a trade for you. Bot will only give you a signal. So you take a signal and you have to manually go enter a trade in your exchange.
Yeah, I totally get that. I prefer it this way, to be honest, anyway, because a lot of people don't like actually putting funds into like Telegram bots. So this actually is good. I think I think we've lost. Hey, Monk, I think we've lost your guy. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I think he's lost connection. 1 second. Hey, Monk, do you want to just quickly speak to your guys? There we go. I think Spicy's rugged you. You're back up now, mate.
Own voice, so I had to get back in the spaces.
No, that's fine. Sometimes with the X spaces, it does kick people off quite frequently. Yeah, it sounds really good. I'm going to, if anyone's got any questions, if they want to ask in the main Telegram group, I'm going to get them up. But we have got some requested people to speak. Do you want me to get them up for you to speak?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, give me 2 seconds.
Well, I would like to add one more thing to the security related question that you asked, Scott. While we wait
Yeah,
for people to ask the questions, right?
yeah, sure.
Yeah. So first thing
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
we are working on right now, a new feature is the ability for users to utilize the bot only to get a signal where they don't have to enter the exchange API details, right? That's point number one. Second thing that we are working on is right now people will have to create a bot using bot father on Telegram. I mean, I don't know what, I mean, I'm not sure if you understand what it means, but you will have to create a bot within Telegram and connect it with FrouBot, right? We are eliminating that as well. So we are working on creating single Telegram, what do you call it, portal, where you just go authenticate yourself and you get signals automatically. You don't even have to create a bot token and enter your Telegram token details as well. So we are working to ensure you don't put any details into FrouBot except for your email address and a password. We will give you signals in the worst case scenario if you're concerned about security.
Yeah, that's a great idea as well, to be honest. So people can obviously just do the trades manually, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Sorry, mate, I'm having a few people requesting, but it seems the connections aren't coming up today. So if you want to ask questions, guys, either ask in the FrouBot Telegram or in the main Telegram, and I'll get them asked. But give me 2 seconds.
Sure.
All right, somebody's asked, what is the special program other than burning the token for development of the token? You're not burning tokens, are you?
No, we are not.
Yeah, that's sorry, that doesn't make sense. So the bot's literally only going to be for centralized exchanges like Binance, or are you going to do it for DEXs as well in the future?
For now, we are focusing on centralized. However, if depending upon the user adoption and user feedback, we can get into DEX as well. However, that is going to be a future plan, I would say, but it is definitely doable. It's possible with FrouBot. there are a lot of limitless options that we can create. It is just that we need user adoption, we need support from people, and we want to give them a solution. If they are ready to accept the solution, I think we can do a lot of good things for them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I've had a few people, they're not 100% sure what it's all about. Obviously, I understand it because I'm into like trading and centralized exchanges, etc. Do you want to just do it in simple terms for new people, like what you're actually bringing?
Okay, so to make it very simple, FrouBot is a place where you can manage centralized exchange, trades, right? Using Telegram. So today, people use complex way of entering and exiting trades using, exchange exchanges such as Binance. um, we are basically making that work easy. Okay, point number one, we are giving them signals, and their exchange will enter and exit trades automatically. Point number two. Point number three is you leverage only a Telegram chat to manage all your trades, irrespective of how many ever exchanges you have. So for example, you have a Binance account, you have a Bybit account, you want to trade on both but manage them on a single Telegram chat, you can do that with FrouBot. I'm not sure if I made it simple. If you let me know, I mean, if there are more questions, I'll be able to answer.
Yeah, I totally understand. And what I've got a good question here from Freddie. Because obviously at the moment you're token gating users for using the bot. What he's asked is, instead of holding like the tokens in future, could you like implement fees on trading? For example, if people don't hold like 0.3% of the tokens, would they be able to pay with trading fees? So if their trades were profitable, would you be able to take a fee rather than having to hold? Obviously, 0.3% of the supply, it might not be that expensive right now, but like later on, it might be a lot more. If that makes sense.
Yeah, so I would like to answer that question in with two different points. Point number one is, um, we will not be able to charge a percentage of your trade, right? We will not be able to charge a fee. The reason is we don't have control on your funds, right? Because FrouBot enters and exits the trade on behalf of you on your exchange. We cannot control your funds at all, so we cannot take the fee. Okay, point number one.
Yeah, I understand. I actually thought that actually because a lot of the trading bots literally have access to people's funds, and that's how they do it, isn't it? So I
Yeah.
totally understand. Yeah, I get that.
All right. And point number two is, um, right now it is 0.3% of the supply you need to have to use FrouBot. We want to make this solution as comfortable and easy for users to leverage. We will reduce that percentage. We will reduce the amount of tokens you need to have, right? That's what we are thinking. In fact, if let's say the token value becomes too high, then what we can do is we can make it a subscription based, where you only pay a very short amount, small amount of money to subscribe to FrouBot, and utilize the bot. And for the benefit that you get with the token, if you hold a token, is the ad revenue gets shared. So you basically get benefited on two different sites.
Yeah, I totally understand. Yeah, great. Because at the end of the day, it's good for you if you get subscriptions anyway. So, um, so what they're saying is, well, so what have you got any plans on reducing the supply with buybacks in the future, or how have you got team tokens and how does it work? Like how I haven't seen your tokenomics. Was there a pre-sale, a private sale, or how did it launch?
Yeah, it was. It was not a pre-sale. We launched directly, and we don't hold any tokens actually. I mean, we have opened it for community to buy tokens. We don't hold any tokens at the moment, and we are not intending to burn or create more supply. It is not possible, and we don't have control over the contract as it is renounced as well, right? And that's one more reason why we want to make that percentage token gated as the main reason for utilizing the bot.
Yeah, I totally understand that. All right, we've got one more question here. Can you list 1 to 3 killer features of your project that makes it ahead of its competitors? And what is the most competitive advantage your platform has that you feel most confident about?
Definitely. Okay, let me quickly make a list, right? So point number one, this will be the key differentiator, right? The differentiator number one and the main feature of FrouBot is letting you utilize your exchange itself to create trades, right? So bot will create trades on your behalf, which is unlike other platforms where they will ask you to deposit some funds. They will trade on your behalf, and if you get a profit, they'll give it to you. They'll give you the funds. If you don't, then they don't give you the funds. But FrouBot is not like that. FrouBot does not have access to your funds at all, and it will enter trades on your behalf on your exchange, on the exchange that you connect. The better part, the second feature, FrouBot does not even enter any trade. It will only give you a signal if you want. You take the signal, go enter a trade. In the signal, you will have price to enter at. What is the take profit number? What is the stop loss number? You just take those, input your details in the exchange, and a trade is set up for you. Feature number two. Feature number three is you have a trading view indicator which you use frequently to enter and exit trades. And you don't have an option to create trades automatically from TradingView, right? We are giving you that option where you link your TradingView with FrouBot. When I say link it, I mean you don't actually enter any credentials or anything. It is just that we will give you a link. You input that link in the alert, in TradingView alert. Whenever your indicator finds a signal, a long signal or a short signal, it will send that signal over to FrouBot. FrouBot will look at it and say, yeah, okay, user number one wants a signal to a trade to be entered using this signal from TradingView. It will enter a trade for you. Feature number three, right? Now, feature number four is you utilize only Telegram to enter and exit trades, manage your portfolio. You check how many trades have you entered within 24 hours, within the last 1 week, or last 1 month. Your complete portfolio can be managed only on Telegram chat, right? And I think this will be the game changer, because I have not seen any competitor utilizing only a Telegram chat for managing the portfolio completely. Not just one exchange, but multiple exchanges on one Telegram chat. All right. These are the key features. I mean, there are a lot more. For example, you just want a signal from TradingView. You don't want your exchange to enter a trade. You can just get a signal. You can look at it, and you can decide what to do from TradingView as well.
Yeah, that's really good. That is. So, can you have it set where it asks you to put the trade in? Like, for example, you don't have to take every trade, or can you ask for to confirm before it does the trade for people that doesn't want to enter every trade, or will it just literally use your bot and you know what I mean? Will it take every trade?
It depends on the options that you select. So for example, if you enable auto trading, right? So you have 3 different options if you go to bot settings. One is auto trading, one is manual trading, one is trading view trading. Let's say you have set up trading view alert to be sent over whenever there is a signal, right? But if you don't have trading view signal option selected, what happens is you only get a signal. It will not enter a trade manually. I mean, the bot will not enter a trade. So you have control over that. All auto trading. Now you do not want a trading signal to generate a trade in your exchange, but you only want a signal to be generated, right? So you don't enter the exchange API details for your exchange, but you use default API key details, it will not enter a trade for you. It will only give you a signal. So you have control over that as well.
Yeah, I totally understand. We've got one more question about security. You have touched on this, but I think, like I said to you before, because of what's just happened with Unibot, etc., a lot of people are just asking. So, what levels of security has your project passed? Are you confident about the security process? This is what many investors are interested in. What is
Yep.
the advantage? What is the advantage of this coin in a blockchain?
Absolutely. So, um, well, security has been a very key thing that we considered, from the start. I mean, before we even started creating this particular product, we looked at security as an important part, right? So, what we did for that is point number one, DDoS attacks. The product is created in such a way that it can block some IPs if they are trying to, uh, you know do a DDoS attack on the system, right? Point number two is our servers are created in such a way that you cannot, um, I mean, in order to enter the server, you need to bypass 4 different layers of security. So, I mean, I'll probably not disclose what are those layers, but we have tested, hacking our own server, and it is not an easy job unless you are a super high tech, hacker, right? And point number three, as I said earlier, in the worst case scenario, because you cannot decide what can happen in the worst case scenario, if the system goes down, right, we have a redundant screenshot, I mean the duplicate server running, and because the database that we are using is also on running on a redundant server, if it goes down, it will automatically relaunch itself. I mean, we have created in such a way that the server and the database will reboot using a duplicate server, and it will run automatically. And the other thing is, this is a feature that very few servers have, where you need to reboot the server whenever there are updates, right? But our server, I mean, we spent some good amount of funds on getting a server allocated, where we have enabled this feature where whenever there are updates, you don't even have to reboot the server. So updates will be patched without the server having to reboot. So basically, we are promising zero downtime, 99.999% availability.
Yeah,
And
that's
finally,
great. And what I want to touch on as well is people's funds aren't actually at risk because obviously you've got no funds on your Telegram bot. So,
yeah,
like you said to me earlier in the AMA, people would have to get their own centralized exchange account hacked. It wouldn't be to do with you anyway, would it?
it would not. For example, let's say a user's credentials are hacked, right? I mean, their exchange credentials are hacked, right? Ideally, what can happen is, uh, the API keys that they're inputting in FrouBot, because they are, restricted to a specific IP address which belongs to FrouBot, API will not enter trades if somebody gets hold of these API details. If somebody gets their account hacked by other means, probably something can happen using that. But with FrouBot, they can be rest assured their funds are safe.
Yeah, I totally understand. Great answer. So yeah, it sounds really good. I'm going to definitely give it a go anyway and see how it works and stuff. So, but yeah, you've answered everything really great. I think everyone's asked all the questions. And what I was going to say to you is, if you want to put all your links for your Telegram and stuff in a post, I'll retweet it on our account as well, so people can get to know you more.
Thank you so much, Scott. Yeah, we'll do that.
And it's been a pleasure having you. Do you want to just leave a closing speech or anything?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. So this is a project where we want to give a solution to users. I mean, while we want to make it a token where people go buy and we get some tax money, but it is a solution where users can um, you know make it comfortable to use centralized exchanges. That is the solution we want to give to users. So it is basically a platform where you can become comfortable with centralized exchanges and do not worry about your what is going to happen with the centralized exchange funds that you have. Leave that worry with FrouBot. Right,
Yeah,
FrouBot will help you manage your portfolio in an efficient and effective manner.
yeah, great answer. Oh, I'm gonna. Do you want me to? We've got one last question that someone's just asked, and it might be good for you to answer about long-term holding of your token. Do you want me to just read this last question out? It says a common problem is that nowadays most investors are only interested in initial profits and ignore long-term benefits. So, can you give some reasons why they should buy and hold your tokens for long term?
Sure. So point number one is, as it is token gated, in order to utilize the bot, you need to have the tokens in your wallet. That's point number one. Point number two is, as FrouBot becomes a most used, most valuable product where people come and utilize the bot. I mean, when the user adoption increases, they we will introduce ads in the platform, and we will share the complete ad revenue with the shareholders. So the more amount of tokens you hold, you basically become the you'll basically get more revenue from the ads revenue.
Yeah,
Does that answer
great.
the question?
Yeah, great answer, mate. And obviously, the more people that want benefits of actually using the bot,
Yeah.
people get long-term value if obviously the price of the token going up. So, yeah, great answer.
Thanks. And I would like to add one more thing to that. This is definitely a very long-term project. I mean, we want to make this our, bread and butter, butter earner. We want to make this our, retirement plan, to say, right? Um, we want to make it so big that, currently about 2 million users are using centralized exchange, right? We want to provide this solution to you know all of them. I mean, even if we get 1% of them, right? 1% of the current the centralized exchange users, then we are at a stage where we can take it to billions.
Yeah, to be honest, it's just about getting the exposure, isn't it? And if your product's like you said, you've actually got proof that it's making profit, then people are going to use it. So it's just a matter of getting the word of mouth out there and people using it, I suppose.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think for with people like you, Scott, I think we want to um, make sure people know about, when people are aware about FrouBot, and people go look at what it can do. You first start with only dry run using our API and look at how it works. When you are comfortable with it, start with live trading.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a go anyway. So, cause a few of my friends have actually told me to have a look at it, so I'll definitely have a look into it. But yeah, it's been great, AMA, and really pleasure to have you here, mate. And we'll catch up very soon.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Scott, for doing this for us.
It's fine.
Thank
It's
you.
fine.
Thank you.
And thanks for everyone that's joined. And we'll catch you again for another AMA.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for the love and support that you showed us.
Have a great day, mate.
You too. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.